Hi, I'm Todd Goodwin, and this is Nick Goodwin, and we're from DataGuard Partners. And many of you know us. We provide legal plans through Legal Shield and ID theft plans through ID Shield. And we thought it might be appropriate right now with everything that's going on. We live in some crazy, crazy times with regard to business. And so crazy that we thought it might be a good idea. Nick is a practicing attorney in the state of Ohio to kind of talk to you guys about the state of business right now and how things might be affected in these next months, right? I mean, months. It's not going to be just a few days now. So I have a question that I have for Nick, and we've been talking about some of these things. But Nick, I'd like for you to kind of run through some of the things we've been talking about. How does the current situation and affect small businesses that we serve, and what should a small business owner be thinking about with regard not only to their business, but also to the employees that they have on board? I'm just curious.
Right. Yeah, and to all of you small business owners out there, I feel for you guys, because right now you're kind of being pinched on both sides.
Absolutely.
From the government side and also from the business side, trying to make sure that you're doing business the right way. So my biggest thing that I think you guys should be focusing on as business owners is just paying attention to, and you may have already done some of this, paying attention to things like vendor contracts. Things like contracts that you have with other companies to provide them with things. If you're a restaurant in the restaurant business, vendor contracts are a big deal right now, because you've been basically shut down, other than carry out or anything like that, or delivery services.
So what might that review look like? I mean, in real life, what?
Yeah, so I can give you a couple examples. So we've had some people that we know, some clients of ours, and also other people that we know that we've done business with, who I'll give you a specific example. Somebody we know that owns a bar, and as you all know, bars and restaurants have been closed, but bars in particular have been hit pretty hard. They have things like just something as simple as a keg of beer. You may not know this, but those actually have an expiration date on them. So if you're sitting out there and you're in that position, somebody in your position really needs to understand who pays for that. Right? Is it
really
you?
Important to know.
Yeah. Is it you? Is it your insurance company? All of those things. Those are legal questions that every small business owner is going to have to ask. I'll give you another good example. Having to lay off employees. What's your responsibility there with regard to both state regulations that are still in effect, by the way, if you're having to lay off employees, but also just from your business standpoint. What type of finalization do you have to do in order to get rid of an employee or to lay off an employee? As heartbreaking as that may be for some of you, which I know it is, I've talked to business owners that have already had to do that because of the current situation. So those are all situations where an advice of an attorney would really, really benefit you.
Not to mention that all of that, like on a daily basis right now, is being moved around by executive orders and changes in the law and things like that. And
things are changing on a daily basis almost right now. So
again, a great place to have an attorney like right here beside you.
To be able to ask those questions too.
Right.
So I think it's really important for you all to understand that when we talk about legal services, when we're talking about legal service plans, this is exactly what they're for small business owners to be able to call and ask those questions. Who owes the money? Do I need to follow through on a contract for somebody? Do they have to follow through with me?
We know of a business owner that's got a whole warehouse full of printing, right?
Yeah, he's got one example. We have a business owner that has a warehouse full of printing for their spring and summer sales.
For retailers.
And the retailers have canceled those orders. Well, who pays for that? Who pays for the storage of those items, the cost of the materials to make those items, the labor that's involved? All of those things are things that are really going to impact us. And I have to tell you, if you're a small business owner in this environment, things will get better. But there is a ripple effect that is going to go through the economy right now that it's going to require legal advice, good, solid legal advice. And the businesses that will survive this are businesses that prepare now for things that may happen later. And that's why we do what we do.
Now, I would think that you were talking about the ripple effect. Let's talk about that for a second, because we've talked about this. There's a ripple effect that goes into the employees, even if you keep them on board, right? And you survive all of this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that just for a minute, because there's a part of this, and we help with this kind of stuff. But the bottom line is there's a ripple effect into employees. What does that look like?
Yeah, so from an employee standpoint, and maybe some of you as business owners, a lot of the business owners I know personally, their personal finances can get hit by this, but it can really impact employees in situations where the employees are maybe not able to make rent for a particular month. Maybe your employees are trying to figure out how to pay for surgeries or doctor's visits or any of those types of things. Is my insurance going to get canceled? What happens to my insurance if I get laid off? If you have to lay off an employee, what happens to them? All of those questions.
All of these things attorneys can help with?
All of those things attorneys can help with. Something as simple as even maybe a bill that somebody needs to get delayed. Maybe they need to negotiate a payment plan for it or something like that. Maybe one spouse got laid off and the other one is still at work, and so they have money, but they don't have enough for everything. Attorneys can help with all that stuff, debt negotiations, maybe just giving somebody good advice on what they need to do next. All of those things attorneys can help with.
Okay. So, well, as I said, we want to keep this short. We want to make sure that that things that that you have the tools in your box. And we thought we might just do a simple outreach here. Whether you do business with us or not, we just want to be a help right now, because we know a lot of businesses are hurting. But if you do want to get in touch with us, you do want to find out a little bit more about what we do, Nick, where can they get a hold of us to give some assistance on this?
Yeah, so you can go to DataGuardPartners.com. And you can go down to the bottom and there's a contact us button there, or there should be a button below this video that you can click on and it'll take you out to a page where you can get in contact with us as well. So we really want to help you.
Yep. We'd be very happy to help you. We're partners already with many, many businesses across the country. And please feel free to reach out to us, and have a great afternoon.
Yep. See you later.